In this daily drop, it's a conversation about black and white, so let's go. All right, everybody, here I am back in color and ever so close to episode 200 of the daily drop. And I am still doing what I did when I first started this series back in August of 23, which is I am getting to scratch that creative itch that I have on a daily basis. And also remind myself when I'm thinking about episodes and what I want to talk about getting out there and doing things that I either used to do creatively or I have never done before. And one of the things that I was thinking about was black and white and getting out there and doing some more of that. Because when I was a kid, I shot both color film, I shot black and white film. There was something that I always was drawn to when it came to shooting black and white, and I still love it to this day. There's something about a black and white photograph when I look at it, and I don't know, there's just something magical about it for me personally. And I often find myself when I'm shooting with a camera like this Fujifilm X100V, no, I don't have the 6, no, I'm not going to get it. I often find myself shooting with either the black and white film simulation or really the one that is my preferable one, which is the Acros one. And while this is not a monochrome sensor like you would find in some Leica cameras or a red Monstro camera, where you have a sensor which cannot capture color, which that chroma information and that Bayer pattern and things like that can, well, it can affect the quality of image you are capturing, especially if your intention is to wind up with a monochrome image. You are just capturing with a monochrome sensor light intensity for each one of those pixels. Chrome is not part of it. You're not dealing with adjacent pixels with red, green, and blue. So you just, in theory, are going to get a cleaner image, more dynamic range, so on and so forth. That said, I'm not going out anytime soon and buying a Leica monochrome camera. I'm not going out and buying a monochrome only sensor for a red camera or the like. So I am going to stick with shooting in either a black and white simulation using a camera, or I'm going to shoot like I am right now in color, and I'm going to switch it to black and white. Again, using a filter that gives you a little bit more control than if you just desaturated. Find something that is going to convert to black and white, but give you some adjustment on your red, green, and blue channels. And it's really important because that's just going to give you more creative control. If we look at this, just looking at a reference over here, this chip chart over here, and you look at it in color, there's a bigger conversation here, which is how your color gamut and your gamma is set up in your camera and things like that. But you can see when I go from color to black and white that we're obviously just now looking at this chroma information as grayscale values. I really love the way black and white looks. I think that for most projects that you're shooting for a client, it would make more sense to shoot with chroma or color information and then extract and create black and white versions of that in post-production. Though there are things to be said for cameras that have dedicated monochrome sensors, like I mentioned earlier on. For me, this is just the beginning of a conversation, and I think what I'd like to do is run another black and white challenge. I don't know if it's going to be stills or it's going to be motion-based, but I'd love to hear your thoughts, and if you yourself like to shoot things in black and white, or just shoot in color and then convert in post-production. That's what I got for you. Don't forget to, and I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.